Hi everybody, welcome back to Arma 3. Welcome back to Spearhead 1944, the World War II DLC that has just released about a week ago for Arma 3. Excellent, I might add. And in today's video, we're going to do a bit of an introduction to how to aim the bazooka and the Panzerfaust anti-tank weapons, or anti-vehicle weapons in this game. Because they can be a little bit tricky. So what I've done is here at the airfield, where I've got all my assets set up so I can play around, I've set up some trucks along the left hand side and the right hand side of the airfield, and I've also rather cheekily managed to transport back in time a rangefinder so we can just check the distances. So we can see this truck here is at 50 meters, that one there is at 100 meters, that one's there at 200 meters, and that one's there at 300 meters. Now the reason for that is because when you're using the bazooka, and we'll start with the bazooka and then we'll go into the Panzerfaust, is that when you ADS, if you look in the top right hand corner, you'll see it says M1A1 bazooka. I've got I guess I've got 5 rockets in my pack, and it's zeroed at 100 meters. So in theory, that's the 100 meter truck there. The rocket should fire and then loop and then hit something 100 meters away. So what that means is if we aimed at this truck that was, say, 50 meters away and aimed at say the front of it, say the engine, the probability is the rocket would go over the top, so it would end up going over the top and miss. So when you're using the bazooka and you're aiming at close vehicles, say this vehicle which is about 20 to 30 meters away, if you fired at it like this, that rocket's going to go right over the top. In fact, let's give it a go. Let's see, if I aim, say there, where does the rocket go? See, it went right over the top. So that's what you be careful. If you're in a tight situation, aim low against the vehicle. The other thing I'd say is that all of these weapons, the bazooka and the Panzerfaust, are much more effective at closer distances, because you'll see with the rise and drop of the rocket, especially the Panzerfaust warhead, you've got to be close, and you can only imagine how brave the guys must have been who were using these weapons for real in World War II. Also, the Panzerfaust is significantly better than the bazooka. Okay, so let's start off. So let's fire a rocket at this thing. So I right-click on my mouse to aim down sight. I right-click and hold to zoom in. And we've reloaded, so pull the trigger. Boom. We're probably going to get some secondaries as well. R to reload. Okay, so that was fairly easy. It's fairly easy to hit things that are sort of 50 meters away. Now this is a bit trickier. So this one is 100 meters away, so we're zeroed at 100, so I'm going to aim for sort of center mass, about there. Let's see if we can hit it. See, I might have gone a little bit low there, so let's reload again. Let's aim a little bit higher. There we go, so we get a good hit. But you can see the delay. I mean, and remember the bazooka is, this is a rocket propelled warhead. Now this one is 200 meters away, so we use page up and page down to change the zeroing, which basically tips the bazooka up and down. So 300 meters, see, we've got this massive angle on it. We're going to go for 200 meters. Now the chance of me hitting this are quite low, but we're going to go center of mass again, and hopefully you'll see the loop of the rocket as it fires. Oh no, we got hit. Excellent. Okay, so let's go and get some more rockets. Oh, we did all right. But you can see how slow they are. The chances of hitting a moving target is very, very low indeed. Okay, so let's have a look in here. Let's get some more. Let's get a couple more rockets. There we go. And let's reload this thing. Let's see if we can hit this truck that's 300 meters away. Okay, so we can just about see it down there. There it is. So we use page up and page down to get to 300 meters. You can see how in fact, can we go third person? You can see the angle that this thing's up at now. Okay, so let's zoom in. Where is he? There he is. So we've got aim center of mass. Ooh. Can we get him? Oh, I think we were a little bit long there. I'm a little bit lower. Still a little bit long. So a bit lower this time. Again, that seemed a little bit long. Boom, there we go. Now remember, we are in early days of the development of this DLC as well, so it could be that the zeroing on these weapons aren't perfect yet. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if the game devs had built in significant variations to the reliability of these things, because the bazooka wasn't very reliable, and obviously the Panzerschreck wasn't that reliable either, but was a little bit more effective. In fact, an interesting fact about the Panzerfaust was that when the Allies captured them, for example, when the Americans captured them, they would take them and they would use them because they were very effective. However, the Panzerfaust, as you will see in a moment, has a really big disadvantage, and that is the range, that, you know, its effective range. So let's go in the back of here. Also, the Panzerfaust is like a one and done weapon. You know, once you've fired it, that's it. So here we go. Okay, so what we've got here, so we've got these 3 trucks here. So let me just get my rangefinder out so I can just we can just confirm the distances. So that one is 30 meters away, and if we put the Panzerfaust up and then we aim down sights with it straight away, what you've got to do is you've got a page up to set it to 30 meters. And if you look, you can see that there's only 3 settings. There's 30 meters, 60 meters, and 80 meters. So that truck's 30 meters, that one's 60 meters, so we would page up to do that, and that one's 80 meters. But I just appreciate how close we are to this truck. We are very, very close indeed. So let's go to 30 meters, and you know, can you imagine if you're a German looking at a Sherman tank that was this close, or if you're using a bazooka and, you know, a Panther or any tank was coming close to you. So let's fire that. Now we're probably going to get a load of secondaries, but very, very effective, and it's one and done. So we get rid of it. Let's go and get another one. There we go. And let's have a look at the one that is 60 meters. So it's automatically zeroed at 60. And hopefully what you'll be able to see here is the flight of the warhead. Oh, did I go over the top? Oh, I hit it. It's going to explode in a second. Yeah, I definitely hit it. There it goes. Okay. So did you see the loop that it makes? So again, any moving target that is a significant distance away, your chances of hitting with the Panzerfaust or the bazooka are really, really low. Really, really low. In fact, I'm going to be very, very surprised if we get a third time lucky and we hit this one that's 80 meters away. So page up. So we're 0 to 80 meters, and you should really be able to see the flight of this Panzerfaust warhead. Dunk. Oh, I think we went high with that one. Yeah, right, okay. Let's go over here. We've definitely got secondaries going off, haven't we? So again, let's use our 80 meters away. So we think it was high, wasn't it? So let's aim slightly lower for this one. Oh, wait a minute! I picked up a used one. That's no good to anybody. It doesn't look like it's used. Actually, I did have this. Might even be a bug in the editor that's happening. Yeah, let's just return to the editor. And then let's go back into it. Let's go and let's drop our lovely bazooka. Pick up a Panzerfaust. There we go, it's got a warhead on. So let's see if we can hit this. Right, so page up, so we're at 80 meters, so we're going to aim low. We're going to aim for that rear wheel. Let's see if we can hit this. And hopefully we'll be able to again see the flight of the warhead to give you appreciation of how long it takes. No, we were long again, weren't we? So drop that one. Very good of the Germans to leave these trucks lying around for me to use there. Right, okay. Here we go. Oh, spot on. So we kind of put it in the middle of the square then, didn't we? Right, okay, so hopefully you've got a better appreciation now of these weapons, how dangerous they are to use, how close to the enemy you need to be, how inaccurate they are. We haven't really talked about how effective they are either. Now, I've been firing these at trucks because trucks are fairly easy to explode. The Panzerfaust is better than the bazooka. With the bazooka, especially, you're going to need to be hitting tanks, especially in the side or the back of the armour. I think it was General Patton I was reading in Wikipedia said that the bazookas weren't really for hunting and destroying tanks; they were for putting them off. So if an infantry squad was being charged by a tank, the idea is that the bazooka guys would fire their bazookas and it would wouldn't take out the tank, would it make the tank think twice and it would bugger off somewhere. But if you can get around the side, you can get multiple shots into one of the German tanks, or you've got a few bazooka operators, the same sort of thing. With the Panzerfaust, pretty effective, but you need to get so close, and it's so slow. If the enemy tank's moving, you're going to have to be very accurate. And again, you want a number of Panzerfaust operators who are hopefully going against the target. Now, as far as zeroing goes, there's different ways of doing it. I mean, obviously there's estimating by eye, and if you practice, you're going to get that in. But also remember that on the grid of your map, these grids are, I think they're 100 meters across, so that can give you an ability. If someone put a marker down, I'm not sure if I can do it like this. Can I put a marker down? But if a friendly put a marker down where a tank was, you could then go, okay, I think that's the meterage, so that you could get your zeroing right on your weapon. Okay, well, hopefully this has been useful. Hopefully that gives you an appreciation of these anti-tank weapons. And if you found the video useful, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.